further ado, let's get into today's message. I hope wherever you guys are watching from wherever you are in the world, that you guys get comfortable, grab whatever you be snacking on, smoking on, sipping on, because I am your bestie on the internet. I am your spiritual advisor, your cosmic cheerleader. I'm here to bring you that chicken noodle soup for the soul, and I hope you guys are doing well. All right, I've already blessed this reading. I've pulled out some charms. I have the download, and I'm going to try not to take up too much time because it's really there's a lot going on at my house right now, so I just don't want to have I want to have minimal interruptions. So with that, it means I need to like move it along. All right. You guys got people losing their grip, trying to label you. They don't know how to label you, whoever I'm speaking to. Okay? I'm going to say that again. You guys have people losing their grip, trying to label you. You embody the unknown. You guys, do me a favor if you are in the chat, if you are able to participate, because I always have my chat on restriction. For subscribers only. I move the mark around. It's either on 2-week, 3-week, 4-week, or 5-week restrictions. So you always want to hit the bell if you're new here. Hit all notifications, because if you don't, it will not let you participate in the live chat. Okay? And that's a lot of live streams. Okay? I do a lot of live streams, a lot of uploads across all of my platforms. So if you don't have the notification bell on, that could possibly be 15 or more live streams that you could not be able to participate in if you are not subscribed. That can seem like an eternity, but it is because I do not like my live streams interrupted, and I'm not giving out warnings anymore. I'm just going to start blocking people. Everyone knows the community guidelines as they enter the chat. If you don't, they're always at the top of the live chat box, and it'll always say at the top of the box that we are in subscriber mode. Very rarely am I setting up the live stream settings like on the road and I forget, like rarely. So just make sure you guys do that if you're new, so you don't feel left out if you are wanting to participate in the chat. Okay, without further ado, there are a lot of people that you guys are dealing with from all walks of life, that are judging you, trying to dissect you. You guys can feel this. You're very intuitive. Whatever you guys already label yourself as, you are realizing that you can't even do that. Like, you can't even label yourself. Like, what is the point of labeling yourself? Because you are the unknown. You embody the unknown. So what is it like? If you thought you were just a light worker, if you thought you were just a motivational speaker, and it kind of is a big confirmation to the intro that I do, because in the intro, sometimes I just channel things and then it'll make sense to me later. Well, a lot of the time I will channel something and then it'll just make sense to me later. I don't know. And then I'm like, oh. So for instance, I channeled one day my intro, and I'm just like, I like that. That sticks. And now it kind of makes sense to me. If you guys have been with me for a while, it's been my intro for a while, for at least like a year, I think. Maybe just 6 months. I don't freaking know. I've been on here a hot minute. And I say to you guys, I'm your bestie on the internet. I am your fairy godmother, your spiritual advisor. I'm your cosmic cheerleader. I'm your chicken noodle soup for the soul, your favorite reindeer. I'm all of the things. And that is you guys. You are this enigma to others. And they're kind of like, I don't know what they are, but I'm going to try to figure it out. People that have to have control, people that have to be in control. They have to dominate. They have to feel like, I started this path. They feel like they are the pioneer. They feel like, oh, I'm the trendsetter. I'm the one that started all of this. So everyone needs to do what I say. And then they look at you and they're like, well, what the frick? Well, who the heck is this? Riddle me what? Affirm it below. Riddle me what? Don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out. That's how you're looking at them. Don't hurt yourself. It'll feel like bumping your head over and over and over again. Don't bump, just don't. You'll be exhausted, out of breath, out of oxygen, chasing your tail trying to figure out what I am, trying to figure out what the collective is. A lot of you guys that are drawn to my channel, you are trying to find your path in this world. A lot of you guys that resonate with my channel, you're trying to figure out how to be the best possible human, how to live the best possible life, how to heal old trauma. You're drawn to my channel to elevate. You are drawn to my channel to rebuild your life, to rebuild your confidence. And that's why a lot of us have similar backgrounds. A lot of us have, similar traumas or, things that we've gone through. And we relate on that level as like a community of friends elevating and lifting each other up. Like, if you come to my channel and you're like, I don't know what her channel's about. I mean, half the time, I feel like it's always changing. But specifically right now, I feel like my channel is geared towards motivating, being that friend, being that shoulder to cry on, giving any insight or wisdom, not only from my life experiences, but from any gifts and messages that I channel. I feel like God uses me as a vessel for certain messages, and they come in many different shapes and forms. And then I use other forms of divination to confirm that, and I love it for illustrative purposes. And I'm a visual learner. I don't do that to offend anyone. I don't do that, to like upset anybody, because everybody comes from different backgrounds. Okay, so I tell you guys, like, all beliefs are welcome here. But people are trying to figure out how to put you in a box. They are trying to figure out how to label you. Maybe for a little bit of this path, you were even labeling yourself like, oh, I'm this person, so I need to do this. And if I don't, then you start like over analyzing yourself, over judging yourself, beating yourself up like, oh my gosh, well, I thought I was this person and I gave myself this title and now I don't. You're just realizing you don't need any title. You're going to follow your heart. You're not trying to hurt anybody. You are figuring out your path and how you're going to elevate and how you're going to be close with your higher authority, or, your God, your universe, whoever it is that you guys pray to. And as you're figuring that out, some of you guys could be going through a Saturn's return. You guys could be going through a seasonal depression, a dark night, whatever it is that you guys have been going through. You guys always come out on the other side. None of these lessons are ever in vain. And you are just learning how to authentically be you without giving too much away or being too prim and proper, without being too rigid, without giving yourself a specific title or a specific label, because you are still figuring it out. You are always changing. I tell myself God changes me every 30 seconds, sometimes every 2 hours, about like 5 different personalities, because it's not only for my protection, it's just a part of who I am. A lot of you guys can resonate with that. Like, I feel like I'm always changing. Why did one year I want to wear this and now I want to wear this, or whatever it is? Your guys' aesthetic is always evolving. Your wisdom is always evolving. Your jobs, the things that you do, they're just always moving. You're always leveling up. And as this intuitive that you are, you guys embody the sun. And it's very blinding to people. But as it blinds others, they're like, well, I know the sun is blinding me, but I'm still trying to see what the fuck. Like, who are they though? There are people driving themselves mad, literally losing their grip on reality, trying to put you in a box. A box of labels. B, a box of shame for being who you are. And some people could have even gotten a little bit aggressive with you because they feel like they are the authority on something, and they feel like you should explain yourself on like what it is that you do. And then for others, they are spying, prying, doing all types of shady things to dig into you because they want to know more about your household, your relationship, your finances, and what it is that you really do on a day-to-day basis. I made sure to bless this message. Thank you, Cosmic Ruby. Hi, Savage Queen. Hi, Lucky. Hi, Galactic. Hi, Kyrie. Hi, guys. So, it's not my birthday, but thank you guys. I love balloons. So, anytime there's a birthday in my home, like, I'll usually have the balloons behind me. I have a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new family here. So, these balloons are not mine. I wish they were. My birthday's in August, and I appreciate you guys so much for your beautiful comments and your well wishes. I still accept the happy birthdays because it's just that time of year in my home, and I love and appreciate you guys. Like, I think balloons last longer, so I'm like, we needs to make a balloon bouquet. I mean, they've been lasting like a while now. So just thank you guys. I know I don't have to say it every live stream or every video, but I just want you guys to know that they are appreciated. But yeah, you guys will know when it's my birthday. I'll usually have a crown on just to be like birthday vibes because I'm definitely a Leo. And yeah. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Alexis. Hi, guys. Okay, you embody the unknown and people are looking at you like you're Fort Knox, like tell me more, I gotta know like what's going on with them, da 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 da. And so you guys, I mean, I am not trying to, I really don't like, just a personal side note, I really don't like channels that like fear monger other people. I think that there's a way to do things and I feel like everybody learns differently, but I feel like that's just not a good tactic. I don't like scare tactics to make people feel like you need to shit or get off the pot type of mentality. And I just feel like people are getting desperate to figure out who you are. Now, what I'm channeling specifically is there are some people that have already kind of envied you, and you probably sitting there thinking, I don't know why, like I'm always going through my own stuff, but it's because you're so private. I always tell you guys, silence is your superpower. So because you're so private, these people are like, well, I know that there's more to them and I got to figure it out. I mean, people are losing a grip. So there's a couple of people that have known you guys for a while and they're doing this in secret. I channeled this message 3 days ago, but I didn't know if it was for me or for the collective, and I'm getting it's happening in different scenarios. So I'm going to go over it. You guys have bosses that do this. They look at you, they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They might not be that nice to you, or they're just very two-faced, and they're constantly digging. They're constantly trying to find information. They're constantly trying to send little spies to figure out what you're doing. But then there's others of you guys that have like neighbors and like landlords that do this that you don't know about. But I have the feeling that some of you guys are starting to figure this out. You have a feeling that people are very, like, they're inquiring or they're wondering about you. You're naturally picking up on this because of how people are maneuvering around you. Let me give you guys an example. I had to go to the grocery store twice the other day. I went once just to grab a couple things for dinner, but I needed to go on a bigger trip and grab everything for the house for the week. And I was like, ugh, I need more than just me for this grocery trip. For the bigger one, I'm just gonna grab a couple things on the list and I'm just gonna go grab it and get the frick out. And then after dinner, after everyone's food is digested, etc., then we will make the trek to get the rest of this crap. And so I go in and everybody is staring at me. You ever like have one of those days where you're just really feeling yourself, or you just really feel like turning some heads, or I don't know if it's just like a Leo thing, if you just really feel like going somewhere and fucking some shit up. I felt like that on Friday. I think it was Friday. And so I went in my Daisy Dukes, my tank top. What else was I wearing? Daisy Dukes, tank top, cowboy boots. And I mean, I went in like Dukes of Hazard. Like, I'm cute. Okay. And not every day I feel like that, obviously, because, we all go through like cycles of like feeling good and not feeling good. But I was like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to, feel good about myself. Like, I'm going into the store. I'm going to be here 10 minutes. But why not feel good while I'm here? Everybody was staring at me. I was like, maybe I should not have done this because I've got older men staring at me. I've got girls hitting on me. I've got police officers staring at me, firefighters staring at me. I mean, everybody in the store, and they say no small store either. Like, everyone's like, who the frick is that? What's that girl doing? So there's this police officer, and I'm familiar with him. I don't know how familiar he is with me, but he was like in the meat section, and I'm like passing by coming from the bakery, and I'm like cutting through the bakery trying to get to the ice cream section, obviously. And I don't even know what he had in his hand. I don't know if it was a Lunchable or what, but he was just like, just staring. I go to the line, I get my stuff, and I go. 3 hours later, here we are, all back at the store for the rest of the list for the week. The same officer is still there. And as we are in the like cereal aisle, granola, like power bars, he's at the end of the aisle like doing this. My husband's like, what's up with this guy? I'm like, I don't know. I just saw him a couple hours ago. I don't know what his deal is. And he's like saying like the store closes in 15 minutes. And he's like, okay, I got it. Dude, cool. Like, we're frequents. Like, we know what time. We know everybody at this store. We know what time they close. Like, you don't even need to tell us. Like, you're not acquainted. We're acquainted with the rules here. And he's just like, he's literally like 50 feet from us. And he's like, hey, hey. And he's like signaling 15 minutes. We're like, okay. So we get ready to leave, which we were like done anyways. We're going through self checkout, and he like somehow gets from the back of the store all the way to the front of the store. I don't even know how he did that fast, but I blinked and he was in front of me. And me being mixed, I do not like to be fucked with when I'm grocery shopping, let alone shopping in general. And I have a lot of mesh bags and clear backpacks and mesh backpacks because people be looking at me like, oh, that girl's got to be stealing stuff. She's just got to be. And we've had really bad instances where I've been accused of that and that wasn't even happening. Now, if this was back in the day in my addiction, I'd have been like, yeah, I took that. Okay. But I'm sober now and I'm like, I didn't take shit. Like, just leave me alone. I know you're following me. This bag is clear. Literally F off. And this guy's just staring. He's just staring. And my husband's like, this guy, he's got a problem. And I was like, I know he's got a problem because I don't even know why, but he's just being a dick. And we go to leave. My husband being polite. I have a lot of officers in my family. And my husband's like, have a good night, sir. And he just looked at him like, toodles. I was like, I'm not even acknowledging. But he was staring so hard, like, I want to catch them stealing something. Like, bro, he was literally staring so hard, he missed two people stealing. Riddle me what? He missed two people stealing. He was staring so hard at me. Like, they're going to try to put something in their bag. And then the little alarms are going off, and I'm like, my dude. There's two people right there trying to skedaddle with God knows what. And you're so busy over here. Like, are you mad that you were checking me out earlier and now I'm here with my husband and my family? Or are you mad because you're invisible to me? Like, what are you mad for? But really. And so my husband was like, have a good night, sir. And he was like, okay, salty, whatever. We don't care. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, People want to label you. They just want to label you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, bro, I know that I'm in my sweats now. So like, okay, another side note. When I went back to the store, I went in my sweats because I had just ate like a whole dinner and I felt like, oh, I ate way too much. Now I gotta go to the freaking store. I'm exhausted. It's been a long freaking week. And I'm just gonna put my sweats on and like a sweatshirt. But like, bro, hello, it's still me, sir. Sir. I can't with people. I literally can't. So this guy just wanted to label me. I don't know. I don't know. I deal with it all the time though. And when I was leaving the store the first time, there was this girl outside in her pajamas and she was like, "You're hot." I was like, "Thank you." And this older gentleman was like, "Yeah." Like it was like I was stopping traffic. And I normally probably wouldn't even share this because I'm like actually kind of mortified inside. But I was like, I got home and I'm like, "Babe, like, I think I almost caused a car accident." And he's like, "Well, don't be going outside all hot and stuff. And then it won't happen to you." He's just like laughing, like, people are gonna stare, babe. They're gonna stare. I'm like, I know, but like, I should have just like toned it down a little bit. See, you guys are finding out that you're not going to be so burdened by what everyone thinks and how they're judging you. This is liberating for you guys. And so when I channeled that the first time, I was like, I hope this is for the collective because I want the collective to feel good. I don't want to just be saying stuff that like tickles your ear and like makes you guys feel good. I want to give you, always pray if these messages are for you or however you guys get confirmation. But I truly feel like you guys have been going through so much, like this pick me up and this liberation of I don't care what they think. I don't care how they label me. Like I'm going to be good no matter what. I feel like is going to be really good for you guys, especially if you've been going through a Saturn's return, especially if you've been going through just a rough one. Okay. And yeah, it's you guys embody truth. Even though people look at you like, oh, that's the unknown, you are no longer carrying the burdens of people's opinions. Because even if you were good at like fronting it, like, oh, I feel good, but you get in the car and you're like, I know they think you know, a Becky or thirsty or a pick me. I know they think I'm these things, but like I'm not these things. And so maybe you guys would really tone it down. I've been through that where I'm like, I just don't want to be seen. I've been through that. I've been through many phases in life. And I'm just kind of like, I was watching Stargirl's Anita Serene's. I know some of you guys were in that live stream yesterday. Like, I think Alexis was in there. I don't know if Savage Queen was in there, but I'm sure she watched it. And any of you guys that watched it, it was so sad. And I just wish I could have just given her a hug because my Saturn's return almost freaking took me out. I didn't even know what it was then. I literally didn't even know what it was. You guys, I was in jail. I was going through all types of stuff. Like I was going through tumultuous relationships. I was just dealing with a lot. Dealing with a lot. And she was crying in the beginning of the live stream, just like figuring out how to not label herself a certain thing. And now that I think about that, that's like a big confirmation too, that we are not the only ones going through this in the collective. Okay, we are not the only ones going through this big change of where we're not going to label ourselves. We're not going to care. We are going to have a brief interruption because I already hear. But it'll be brief. Either way, I felt so bad. Like I sent her a super chat just to say, my Saturn's return, thinking back, like I didn't even know what it was, but I just said in the super chat, like my Saturn's return changed my life. Like I'll never be the same. So know that like these tears are not in vain. You will be supported, like you will elevate and you'll be back better than ever. But when you're in it, when you're in your Saturn's return and you're going through that type of pain for 2 to 3 years, like it's it feels traumatic. It feels like it's never going to end. You feel like you're never going to find love, like you're never going to be happy again, like you're never going to get out of this depression. And I feel like everyone's Saturn's return is a little bit different, but I just felt so bad. Like, she's like, I thought I had things figured out, but I guess I don't, but I'm going to figure it out. And I think it's just great to show that level of authenticity, especially to your followers, to your subscribers, because it shows people like life is not always perfect. Okay, that's why I talk to you guys about, my past and addiction and just different things that I've gone through, because we're not perfect. We're not perfect, and it's part of our testimony. It's part of what makes us us. And there are some people around you guys that are burdened by not being able to figure you out because they have to have control. They're like, I've got to have control. I've got to know who they are. So I don't want to fearmonger anybody, but there are people on the low. I mean, they would die. They would literally unalive themselves if you knew, or if they thought you knew that they were looking into you. I want you to let that marinate for a second. Okay? These people would have a full-on panic attack. These people that are currently digging into you, if they even thought that you had an inkling that they were doing this. Because they put on a fake, I'm so nice, hello, and you guys have already, clocked it. But you're like, I don't have no proof and I don't really care. But just know that in the back of your mind, when you are saying certain things, if you have to interact with these people, just know that your silence is the ultimate enigma. Just know that you don't have to overshare, because sometimes it is with the wrong people, and then they're holding this tactic in their hand that they might try to use against you. And so for you guys, because you're so attractive, because you're so beautiful, because your soul just lights up the world, you guys do not need to be sharing everything with every old body. You feel me? I used to be like this. I used to tell my whole life story to the cashier at the grocery store. I used to tell my whole life story to the person in the line at the post office. That's not my job to do. So I've learned how to reel it in, and especially because not everyone, wishes well for us. Not that we empower the ops here or empower the trolls, but we're just going over the fact that you guys are realizing you don't have to label yourself anymore. You're not going to carry this burden of what other people think of you. You're not going to care what your family members think. You're not going to care what your siblings and this is taking a lot of work. If you guys have a social media platform, this is even harder to do, because it could affect your money. If you're changing what you do, losing subscribers or losing followers or losing income or losing revenue. Not that a lot of you even care, but some people are worried or scared, oh my gosh, I've got to change who I am and be more authentic. But I want you guys to understand that being authentic always wins. Okay, being authentic always wins. When we think oh my gosh, all of this is getting purged, all of this is getting wiped out, all of this is getting reset, it doesn't mean it's for the worse. It means it's for the better. So if you do have a social media business, it's only going to attract those that are even better for what you have going on. You know what I mean? And that's something that you guys are going to be feeling liberated from, is every time things get wiped out and they go awry, they go left, they go south, they go wherever, things are about to get real good. Really think about that. Think about rock bottoms that you've had where you're like, this is the end of the world. This pain is never going to end. I'm never going to not be in this agony. This too will pass. This too will pass. You guys are in your no season. You are in your season of silence. You are in your season of not labeling yourself. You are in your season. So I have another example for you guys. Not normally. Back in the day, I used to really care about what my family thought of me. I knew that I was always disappointing them, partying too much and just doing the most, but I was in a lot of pain, and I felt like they would never really understand that. And now moving past them and being zero contact with them, I don't care what they think. I don't care, like, at all. And old me I would have carried every sibling's burden, every cousin, every auntie, every uncle, every grandparent. I would have carried all their burdens. I would have carried all their labels of what they thought of me. And it's like, what's the point? I know who I am now, and I am no longer someone that wants to even be accepted by them. You guys are not supposed to be everyone's cup of tea, first off. I've been telling you guys that in the past couple of videos, that you are not supposed to be popular opinion. You are not supposed to be everybody's cup of tea. That's what makes you shine. That's what makes you stick out. And that's why you're a great leader, even if you are not an expert, because it teaches others, like, to stand in their authenticity, to stand up for, you know, what they believe in. Can you guys do me a favor? Is this sound okay? I meant to ask in the beginning and I forgot, because I had to switch microphones, and I'm like, oh my gosh, can everybody hear me? Because that would just, I mean, I hope I haven't made it this far and you guys can't hear me. That would be so sad. That would be so sad. Okay, thank you guys. But yeah, you guys put too many tasks. You guys were overwhelmed, overworked, and burdened by what everyone thought of you. Even if you didn't want to be. Most of us don't even want to be. We're like, I don't want to carry that around. But we were literally carrying that around. Like, well, I mean, they all think I'm a piece of crap, so I might as well just act like a piece of crap. And you guys are entering a cycle of new partnerships because you are in your no season, because you are embodying the unknown. Like, I don't know where tomorrow is going to take me, but I'm just going to set the intention that I'll have great connections, that it'll be a great day. And you guys are in a constant state of gratitude right now, and sharing what needs to be shared. You're really listening to your discernment. But I am getting that there are others plotting. And again, I don't want to empower their plotting. I don't want to empower that they're conniving and looking into you. But you don't even really have to worry about them. I am letting you know about it because I'm going to let you know. But at the same time, they're plotting because they don't feel like you conform to, like, their cookie cutter of something. I don't know who these people are to you. But justice is here. So the scales will get balanced. Now, you guys could already be seeing this unfold. There is judgment here for those that have judged you harshly. And you might be looking around like, dang, I feel so sorry for so-and-so. Like, I wonder why they're going through that. Part of it, of why they're going through what they're going through, is because you don't really know them like that. Because they hide a lot and you guys don't interact a lot. And you've never inquired or really cared. The other part is they have been judging you harshly. Some of the reason why they are going through what they're going through is because of how they have been judging or envying or coveting what others have. So say you feel like your finances aren't good, but your relationships are good. Or your relationships aren't good, but your finances are good. Do you know what I mean? Whatever was going good for you, people around you were like, wow, look at their business model. Look at their marriage. Look at their whatever it was that was going good. And so people were envying that while trying to dig into you, while trying to figure out other information, while trying to label you. And you could literally be sitting there feeling sorry for them, like, oh my gosh, they got so many wands to carry. But this is why. They want to be better than. And when they met you, they might have thought, depending on how long they've known you, they might have thought, oh, they'll never be doing better than me. But karma has unfolded, and now you're doing better than some of them. So now they're losing their grip on reality, trying to figure out how to be intrusive in the sneakiest way of your privacy. So be careful, bestie, especially if this is in your neighborhood or your apartment building or your flat, your condo, your townhome, whatever community this is. Just be careful, okay? If this is at work and there are cameras or there's always people listening, like, again, I don't want to fearmonger you guys. I just want to acknowledge that this is happening and that, like, you're not crazy and you are right to be in your discernment and to protect yourself and to kind of like back away from people, because being in this season of no is also just not you having to be hyper vigilant, but just being like, yeah, I don't know about that. Listening to your gut, listening to God, listening to the universe, listening to how you are being prompted for your highest good. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's crazy. So this is the season of new partnerships. Whoever you recently told no, they might be kind of upset with you. Okay, if there were partnerships that you just had to let go of, friendships, business, whatever, those people could be kind of upset, but you have figured out easier ways to disarm people around you that you have to say no to. You have figured out how to disarm. I'm going to say that again. You have figured out how to, where did it go? You guys have figured out different ways to disarm the people around you. And it's great news for you. You're like, oh my gosh, I thought this was going to be so bad. I thought I was going to need more practice telling all these people no. And what you're starting to figure out is that you are more optimistic, that you are a natural leader, because you're like, oh my gosh, I thought it could have been bad, but it wasn't. You thought you were going to be like battle weary, tired, exhausted. And instead, it's the people looking into you. It's the people trying to drag you into some type of mud or drag your name in the dirt. They are the ones that are dealing with some type of karma, dealing with some type of justice. This is a huge achievement for you guys to see that you don't need to label yourself as a leader, that you don't need to label yourself as adventurous and energetic, charming, fun-loving. You guys embody the truth, and that's what matters to you. You guys used to be in a place where you were haunted by your own past. So it was hard for you to, oh, this is what I was looking for, the Five of Swords. There were people that could have been trying to bully you online or in certain places, or they're trying to make you feel less than. And this could remind you of your past. This could remind you of like how you grew up, where people left you out, or they counted you out, or they underestimated you. And you're realizing that you don't have to be in this timeline anymore. You don't have to be in this cage. You don't have to feel those feelings anymore, because you are taking the elevator, not the stairs. You guys are truly elevating. We have taking the elevator instead of the stairs. We have the truth lives, leveling up, and encore. It's like getting to a new level in a video game, and new characters are being unlocked to be like your little buddy. You know what I mean? Your alliances. And some of them are going to make it to the next level, and some of them aren't. But you are getting better at sorting out who will go to the next level with you. You feel me? You're like, okay, some of them will go and some of them won't. You're not like, oh my gosh, some of them won't go. Like, you have to, Johnny, you have to make it to level 8 with me. You're like, Johnny, you might not say this to Johnny, but you're like, you're either going to make the cut or you're not. I hope you make it. But if you don't, no hard feelings. You guys are just showing people, like, dang. Some of them might be on the other end of that no, but they see that it's not up for negotiation, that you're standing tall for yourself, and like, this is what it's like to love yourself, to have backbone, to have courage, to truly stand in your power. And people want an encore. Even the people that you're saying no to. They're like, wow. I mean, did they just tell me to fly a kite off a cliff? I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they did. Okay, you didn't say it like that mean. Okay, you didn't say it that mean. But people are like, I'm pretty sure they just told me to go F myself. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure they were so nice about it. They were so nice. You are unbothered. You are unfazed. You're being really sweet and you're proud of yourself. Like, dang, I could have done that totally different. It could have went bad. You're starting to see that if you're in your no season, it doesn't mean that you have to put the other person down. It doesn't mean that you have to put them in defense mode. And so that's why you guys have these cheat codes into being able to disarm others from, being mad or being upset with you. And that's what makes you great. That's what makes you amazing. They're like, oh my gosh, they could have called me out for this. They could have called me out for that. All of these things. And they didn't do that. They know that you know the truth. And they're going to respect you for that. Like, and there are in some cases where you have to give that constructive criticism. But you are being careful on how you do that. You're not like just laying it on them just to lay it on them and be like, all right, bye, I'm in my new season. So you guys just have the truth at rest position. You have it ready in case they want to battle. Okay? Say you're telling somebody no, you're putting a boundary up, and they want to challenge that. Okay? They want to challenge the flag. Then you have the truth on deck. Okay? You've got the truth on deck. But most of them are going to see that you know, and they're not going to go there. They might appreciate that you did not put them on the defense, which is going to help certain bridges not be completely torched. You feel me? Like the bridge could have been completely torched to where anybody trying to come back up to see you would have to definitely take the stairs. And it's just leaving things, this is how I'm operating. I got to move on. I got to go to level 8, 9, 10, 11. And I wish you luck on your journey. Instead of being like, you were never going to go to level 8 with me. You are never going to go there. So just sit down because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you could have been like that. You would have almost been valid in being like that. But you're not trying to be a whole jerk. We have imposter. Let's talk about those that are judging you harshly. Okay, let's talk about them. They want people to believe. This is for the harsher end of the spectrum. Those of you that have a public or social media presence. Now, this could be in your community, your neighborhood, your job, your corporate environment. You put it where it fits. But somebody wants others to believe that you are an imposter. Let's say that you're getting a new position. They don't want you to feel like you're worthy of that position. Because these other people, they don't want to admit that they're starving for attention. They do a lot of projecting. It's so annoying. They're like, oh my gosh, don't listen to so-and-so, the new VP, because they're starving for attention. Like, it's like self-righteous, a lot of self-righteousness. It's like if you guys have watched House of Dragons, a lot of people don't like Sir Kristen, for instance, and their religion is the Seven. They follow the guidance of the Seven. From Game of Thrones, where they're like, shame, shame, shame. So the House of the Seven, I think that's what it's called, or the Faith of the Seven. Either way, he is super self-righteous while breaking his chastity, breaking his code of conduct of ethics, while pointing the finger at everybody else. He's an absolute hypocrite, right? If you guys know, you know. As he's an absolute hypocrite, he's going into battle and he has the Faith of the Seven on his horse. But it's got a spike in it for battle. I'm like, I can't. Walking hypocrisy, this guy. And you are just realizing certain people that you just don't need. You guys could have recently subscribed to certain people thinking like, oh my gosh, they're great. They're a new influencer. And you might be kind of taking a step back from certain people that you listen to because they did something that didn't trigger you, but just showed you their character. Does that make sense? Like, this is like seeing an influencer that you look up to or that you're new to, and you're like, oh my gosh, I really like their content, and they do something that completely turns you off. Like picking apart another content creator, and I just don't feel like it's our place to judge people like that. I mean, everybody has a different path, but I'm never going to be on here talking about another creator by name. Now, I know there's a lot of loopholes for that. Obviously, there's commentating. I even watch Game of Thrones channel, so I watch commentating channels, but I don't like commenting on other people's content unless it's to say something positive. But everyone has their own belief system. That would be like you guys looking up to somebody, seeing them do this, and you're like, I don't really like that. I don't think they're God. I don't think they're the end all be all of what the light workers do, or of what the bankers do, or what the stockbrokers do. I don't think they're the end all be all of like the top word. Do you feel me? And so you're looking at certain people like, okay, they're doing the same thing, or this is the same reason you don't go to church, or the same reason, I don't know. People are just trying to make you feel bad for wanting to uplift yourself. People might be trying to make you guys feel bad for elevating, or for being really quiet about your life now, because so many people have tried to come for you. You don't need them. This is what you're realizing. Maybe some of you guys thought, I need their acceptance if I want to get to a certain level. You're realizing that you don't. You don't answer to them. But there are some people around you that want to make you feel like you do answer to them. You're realizing this, like you don't need them. You're in your season of no. There are people around you that you're realizing you don't need, and it's more on a lower scale of like, I'm so sorry, I love you. Then there's other people up here where they're like, they're pissed that you are encrypted. They are praying for you to crash and burn. This is you guys. They're like, what is this? What is the combination? The combination is fuck around and find out. That's what it is. That's the code. That is the code. And if you try to bust this lock open, trust and believe, all that crashing and burning that you were sending my way will be you. Okay? It will be you. And you guys are truly looking up to people that are brave. If anybody watched House of Dragons last night, they saw what happened to Rhaenys, the queen that never was. And it's like she could have easily been a whole coward. She could have easily been like, all right, these two brothers want to duke it out on their dragons. I'm going to just bow out gracefully. But instead, she stood up for what she believes in and saying, you know what, if I can end this now, I know that I probably won't make it against the biggest dragon, but I'm going to try. I'm going to shoot my shot, knowing damn well that going up against this dinosaur is probably not a good idea. You feel me? You guys feel me? Hey, Leo says, yes, I watched it. Yeah, she could have easily just left. She could have been like, they're torching each other on their dragons. Okay, they're going to do the job for me. But instead, she was like, no, if I can prevent more dragons in this fighting scene, if I can prevent more dragons and more of these issues, these W's, then I'm going to try. And she turns her dragon around like, all right, let's go back. I was like, girl, I was literally, you guys, my husband was laughing at me. I was like crying. I was literally crying. Like, no, don't kill her. Don't let it happen. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I jumped off the couch, and it's very tense when we're watching House of Dragons in my house. And yeah. What about the 7? The Faith of the 7. Sir Kristen has the emblem on his horse's, like, armor on the head of the horse, like a unicorn, but it has a spike attached to it. You guys, I am like a Game of Thrones, House of Dragons nerd. I said it. I said what I said when I said it. And you do not want to know what I stay up late doing at night. No pun intended. I am watching Game of Thrones, House of Dragons live streams. They're like 3 hours long. I'm listening to the differences between the book and what happened. Like, I listened to all the breakdowns. I'm in it. I am in it. I watch it and then I'm in it. And then I watch it and I watch it and I watch it. And then I watch a lot of Game of Thrones. But yeah, there's there are some people that you guys are going to be seeing that you have to go easy on. That you don't have to put them on the defense. Like, okay, they thought I was going to play the fool. They see that I'm not. I told them no. I'm going to go easy on them. God will make it apparent to you. The universe will make it apparent to you who to go easy on, who to let down gently. It's those that are trying to pretend that they are not self-obsessed. It is those that are trying to pretend that they have not made this a hostile work environment. Those are the ones that are trying to make it look like you are empty promises, trying to make it look like you are bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Trying to make it look like that. Hold on, guys, because this is just going to keep going off. So, yeah. Hi, Virginia. That's cute. She makes me want to watch too. Yeah, oh my gosh. I love, like, anything. Have you guys seen, like, Serpent Queen? Anything with King Henry? Like, anything from, like, medieval Rome, Tudors. Like, I'm watching that. I'm watching it. What's funny is when I was in high school, I hated history. Hated it. Hated it. Loathed it entirely. And now I'm like, what did King Henry do? I don't know. I just love the theatrics and outfits and costumes and going to court, like, and the fighting and the battling, and it's just interesting to me. I don't know. Like, you guys are starting to see that you do not have to drag your feet and commit to people that are committed to misunderstanding you. People that are always going to make you feel like you're not good enough. Maybe you were realizing that you had started listening to somebody that was making you feel like you weren't good enough. And then to make you feel even worse about it, they're like, I'm not here to sugarcoat your feelings. I'm not here to make you feel good. Da-da-da-da. We've all listened to influencers that are like that. Like, I'm not here to, be your glimmer of hope. And I actually I haven't seen that show, 123 ABC. I want to study history. Why sneak attack her? Rising Phoenix, Rising. Yeah, it was a trap. And I made the mistake of, I try not to watch any spoilers. Okay, I try so hard. And I knew that I shouldn't have watched just one video, and I thought, it's 5 minutes. How much could they spoil? And it was a breakdown of the trailer for the next week. So I knew ahead of time that that was going to happen. And I was pissed off all week. And I was hoping and praying that the guy was wrong in his guesstimate. I was like, please say he's wrong. Please say he's wrong. Because what he does is he takes the trailer and he pauses different clips and then they break it down. And I'm like, I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong. I hope he's wrong. Mother effer was not wrong. He was not wrong. I was so mad. Because I was like, no, everyone likes Rhaenys right now. Like, we need to keep her. We need to keep her in here. And it just bummed me out that I was like, she's about to get ambushed. So what they did is they went to Rook's Rest to kind of make it a smaller battlefield. And oh my gosh, you guys want to hear something cool? For all of my House of Dragons fans, they filmed Gladiator there. If you guys have been with me for a while, you guys know how much I love Gladiator. I love it. I love Gladiator so much. They filmed that battle scene. You guys, I was literally watching an HBO special on how that whole episode was made right before I went live. Like, should have been live 30 minutes prior. And then what showed up on my For You page? How the dragons were made, how this battle was made. I was like, watching it, nerding out. And I was like, Brittany, put it down. You're supposed to start a live stream right now. And yeah, they filmed Gladiator there. So if you guys watched yesterday's episode, whether you streamed it on HBO Max, I should be freaking sponsored by House of Dragons. But anyways, yeah, they filmed the Gladiator scene where they're like, it's like in the beginning. They filmed that there. He's like, well, if Ridley Scott did it, it must be a good fighting scene. And they were going to use it for Game of Thrones, but they ended up not needing it. They were like, okay, we're going to hold on to this place. And they ended up using it for yesterday's battle, the battle at Rook's Rest. Yes, she had what we call the gravitas, okay, which is an ancient Roman virtue, which means Rhaenys, the queen that never was, had. She had that vigor. She had that fire. She had that strength. She had that seriousness. She was not the one. Anybody could have volunteered to take their dragon out. But she was like, my dragon has experience, so I'll take my dragon. She didn't have to do that. I was like, girl, stand down. But I am very excited to see what happens, how mad the sea snake gets that his wife is gone, how effed up Aegon is. Like, he got burned, his brother burned him with the dragon. I think it's real nice for them to say that, you know, that he did it to make him look more brave instead of saying that Aemon did it. And if Aemon is going to step in as the king, all hell's about to break loose, but for real. You know what I love what they say on House of Dragons and Game of Thrones? Gods be good. Like every time like some real shit is hitting the fan, they're like, gods be good. Like you're missing an eyeball, gods be good. Or 7 hells. So a lot of you guys embody Rhaenys, the queen that never was, on House of Dragons. People underestimate her, and even though that she never got to be the heir like Rhaenyra does, even though she should have been next in line for succession, they chose her cousin. And it really shows how she can take things on the chin. She has incredible strength. And when I was thinking about that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like the collective right now. No one can label you. Even Aemond, okay? Even Aemond with one eye was like, she's not turning around with me and Vhagar right here. And she was like, Melee's attack. She was turning this car around. I was like, girl, go home. You might make it. Just go. And even he was like, she's coming back. He was shook. He was like, all right, let's dance. Dance of the Dragons, okay? The Targaryens, they are heat resistant somewhat. They are not fireproof, okay? They ain't Daenerys. And she's supposed to be like the exception to the rule of like being burned by fire. But seeing how this whole scene was made, how it was made with real fire, I was like, oh my gosh. It was insane. Anyways, let me not nerd out anymore. You guys are just seeing that you can prevent a lot of things from crashing and burning in your life if you stand tall. You're no longer going to be the slow train wreck for others to watch. You are like Rhaenys. You are going to stand tall. Like, well, I might be able to prevent this. So let me be in my season of no. Let me stand up for myself. Let me, show that I have backbone. I have strength. I'm serious. I said what I said when I said it. Affirm it below. I said it. I said what I said when I said it. You are preventing a whole scene that people are like, ooh, I hope I can make them look like a sloppy mess. Ooh, I hope I can make them look like a train wreck. I hope. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Somebody is also upset that you're so nice and you're so liked, okay? They want to make it appear like you lie a lot or you sugarcoat too much. But what it actually is your authenticity. Your transparency on certain matters is like people can't get enough of. So how you embody the unknown is giving this truth. It reminds me of when I used to get in trouble with the law. Okay, bad girls do it well. Just kidding. I'm a good girl now. I'm a good girl. When I was more of a bad girl, like literally bad, bad apple, I knew from having officers in my family, when you get in trouble, okay, before you get arrested, get your car searched, whatever is happening, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Because so many times in a day, an officer gets lied to, but literally. And every time I told the truth, no matter how crazy it was, I got out of stuff. Every time. Almost every time. The one time I tried to lie, I went to jail for a while. And I was like really intoxicated. I was like, I'm not going down. Like being all crazy. Yeah, I went down hard. I went down hard. I went down really hard. So I just learned that telling the truth, it just shocks them. They're like, the truth? What? Tell me more. Don't tell them when you get pulled over, oh, I didn't know that was the HOV lane. Bruh, sis, we knew that was the HOV lane and we were in it, you know? I'm literally like, I was in a hurry. I have a meeting to go to. Yes, I was in it, but I was only going to be in it for like 2 minutes. I swear. Okay. Or I remember one of the first times I got pulled over, I had friends in the car. They were in the back seat. They were smoking weed, and I didn't smoke, but I was letting them smoke in my car. And then we also were underage drinking, and so we had taken the neighbor with us to buy us beer. And I got pulled over turning left, but turning in the furthest right lane instead of turning left into the closest lane. And I'm like, fresh with the license, not knowing what I'm doing. And they pull me over. They smell the weed. Okay. You smell it. They smell it. And, oh, did I forget to mention we had just taken a lot of mushrooms. And we were all about to start tripping balls. Anyways, it was like out of a scene of like, what's that movie, Super Troopers? It was like about to be that scene. I was like, how do I make this end fast? We all have to get out of the car. But before we get out of the car, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, they were smoking weed back here. This is my neighbor. He's buying us beer. We are not of age. We will get out of the car now. And they're just like, did she just tell us? I was like, yeah, we're underage. This is the neighbor. That's the 30 pack of beer we probably shouldn't have. And so we all get out of the car. They put a dog in my car. They got all the doors open. They got the trunk open. I'm just like, they're making me take my shoes off. They're searching things. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, please do not let them find anything because I told them what I knew, except for the one part. I mean, like, tell them like mostly the truth. And they let us go with the beer. They let us take the beer with us. I was like, and then it was all downhill from there. Like, if you know, you know. If you guys have ever done that and you're like, our pets' heads are falling off, everybody's melting. Like, I think I laid in front of a front door, I don't know whose front door it was, for like an hour because I thought I was melting. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. Anyways, people are mad that you are not insincere. You are sincere. You are just authentically you. And people love it. Even people in authority. And so other people that are trying to be in that power play position of authority, they don't want other authority figures liking you. Like, I can get a lot of officers to like me. It always sticks out to me when an officer doesn't like me. Like the guy at the grocery store. And I was like, all right, dude. It's okay if you're checking me out. I don't care. Okay? I work in a bar part-time. Like, I don't freaking care. Don't care. People also want to figure out how to copy and paste what you're doing. It's not necessarily working for them, but anybody on that clout train, on that clout wagon, they're trying to keep up with you. You're not even concerned. Maybe you guys used to be concerned. Maybe you're just like wishing them well. Like, oh, they were a whole fake friend. They were a whole fake supporter. And now they're copying me. And not like copying your job code, but like copying parts of your personality. Copying parts of your mannerism. Copying parts of like what makes you you. That's obvious to you. Don't doubt yourself. Don't discredit yourself, because they at one point could have labeled you too. There's a lot of people evaluating you and losing their grip on reality. No pun intended. And you've caught them. So anybody that thought they could publicly embarrass you, I mean, that's not happening. That is not happening. Kind of like when Rhaenys goes out like a gangster. Baby, I'm a gangster too. She could have been like, oh yeah, so I went to Rook's Rest and I went to shoot my shot, and when I went to shoot my shot, the two brothers just started fighting, so I just let them go. She was like, I ain't going down like that. I'm going down. There better be a story of glory and whatever will have you. And anybody that wanted you to crash and burn because you are fully encrypted, okay? The code is F around and find out, but they don't know that. They don't know that because some of these people that you're dealing with, they think that they're low-key invincible. They low-key think that they're invincible. They want to shoot their shot, not realizing that they got a whole slingshot. They're like, yeah, they're going to find out. Like, no, you're not the judge. You're not the jury. You're not the boss. People trying to cause tension for you to slow you down. You guys will see this when other like influencers are like arguing with each other. They're like, so-and-so brought up my name. I don't even know who so-and-so is. And they're like tagging each other in the title and attacking. And I think that's so sad. Do you know what I mean? That's what people are trying to cause while feeling justified. You guys are definitely getting rid of people like this in your life. Anybody that feels justified in their behavior, you are getting rid of. They're like, oh, well, I had to do that because of such and such. You're like, that's not going to fly with me. Yeah, we're encrypted. They need to move. So you guys have your microphone. You are not accepting lip service. People might call you prideful. Oh, they're cocky. They're arrogant. They got so much pride. That pride is going to be the fall of them. They're not going to put you in this box of shame. Affirm it below. I am the crown. I am the crown. I am a born leader. Baby, I'm a gangster too. I said what I said. Okay? I said it. You guys could also be dealing with the Gemini, or somebody here could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm getting a lot of people are going to be wanting advice from you, bestie. So this is going to be a week where a lot of people are going to be reaching out to you and wanting to talk to you, because the way that you stand up for yourself is inspiring. Like, who didn't watch House of Dragons last night and was not inspired or in tears or hugging their animals or their children while watching that? Like, who wasn't? You are standing up for yourself, and it will be remembered. You will be remembered for this. And people that are lucky enough to know you are going to be like, oh my gosh, so I was talking to so-and-so. What do you think I should do? Like, you are inspiring others to do the same. You're going to be seeing that play out this week. And you guys are getting really good news. I don't know what good news that is. I don't know if it's like a vacation, a day off, something that you could have been really worried about. Like, say you needed to take time off for something serious, and you're like, your job is always giving you a hard time. They're just like not even going to give you a hard time. And that might be good enough for you. You guys are extremely grateful for whatever this is, whether it's saving money or not having to pay for, I don't know what it is, but you guys are getting good news, and I got that twice. I got the Sun card twice. So something that you're going to be celebrating. I'm hearing like yippee-ki-yay. I don't know. I'm hearing this ain't my first rodeo. Why am I hearing yippee-ki-yay? I don't know. Yeah, the world awaits. Life is a beach. You're just playing in the sand. It's like having that, you know how a parent will tell you to eat your vegetables when you're little? You guys have like grown ass adults like, eat your vegetables. Oh, I know they're not talking to my best friends. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like somebody that's like the hall monitor of something in your life. You're like, why are you being such a hall monitor, bruh? Why do you care? Why do you care? It's like some Sir Kristen Cole crap. Okay? The hall monitor of chastity. It's like him and Allison. They're like, Rhaenyra is a dusty. Rhaenyra is a skank bag. Duh. Like, saying all this crap. But they're sleeping together. That ain't okay. That ain't okay. They're mad because Rhaenyra was sleeping with whoever, and now they're sleeping with whoever, and they're mad about it still. Salty. So these hall monitors of who's sleeping with who, these hall monitors of go eat your vegetables, need to go mind the business that pays them, because we are too busy healing from heartache to care. They can call you cocky, prideful, rude. I don't care. You don't care. And you guys are healing. You guys are healing. These people are fake. And they're starting to feel more and more fake around you. Like, you are battle ready. I also got the dragonfly twice. I got 2 airplanes, 3 dolphins. So this really tells me that you are learning how to go with the flow in different areas of your life where you like having control. You are like learning how to just, okay, it's not going to help me to like freak out about all of this right now. So let me just chill. I also have the castle. So back to like House of Dragons, a lot of these lords, and they're freaking out, right? They're like, when are we going to war? When is the battle going to start? Because they could be burning my castle down. Can we leave now? This is you guys just knowing like nothing's burning, nothing's going. Like that's mine until God says that it ain't. And if God says that that's going to burn down to the ground, you know you're getting something better. Oh my gosh, you guys, look, the power of 3. Shut the front door. The power of 3. That is what you guys are really, like, people are like, I don't know what they are. So I'm going to call them this, that, and the third. They best not. Someone's children here could like VeggieTales or SpongeBob. I'm getting that strongly. VeggieTales or SpongeBob. Your children could like Squishmallows. They could be obsessed with owls or dragonflies. You guys could be in your like cowboy era, which I'm seeing a lot on like social media. Yeah, people can't figure you guys out. Jungle Love, people can't figure you guys out. Hi, Olivia. Yeah, you're going to start having more fun. I love this for you guys. So again, you guys, your phones are going to be getting blown up. There are certain things that you see that are out of your control. And instead of being hyper-focused on it, you're like, you know what? That's a burden I'm not going to carry. God's got a plan. The universe has a plan. And everything always works out for me. So why, like, completely unravel and stress out about it? Okay? Let's say you haven't been hitting your bonuses, or your sales haven't been great, or, you know, things have been costing extra money in this economy. And you're just like, normally like, like I gotta stress about it, but I don't want to be in scarcity. But sometimes it's just, you know, it's natural to be like concerned and worried. You are starting to like calm down, like, okay, I always make do. I always make ends meet. Why am I going to flip my biscuits over this right now? Like, I'm not going to flip my biscuits until it's actually time to flip them. You feel me? Okay, let's get some advice for you guys. But I'm getting that you guys are changing the program. We have the remote. People are trying to tell you like, oh, let's watch so-and-so. You're like, I don't want to watch that. You are like Netflix and chill right now. Other people are like figuring out different ways to wind you up, to like lock horns with you, to get you upset, to call you wicked. People are trying to label you like a witch, or they're on this witch hunt. People are trying to make you feel some type of way. We have Sing, and then I got the octopus. And whenever I get this octopus, I think of Ursula. And she's like, Sing. Look. Can't make it up. But literally. Someone here could have liked the Magic School Bus when they were little. Or somebody here could like the yellow submarine. Okay. I don't know. You guys tell me. But yeah, you're just moving through unbothered. So, someone here could be looking at houses. Looking at houses or looking for means of transportation. Like, I don't know if you're looking at like a scooter or like a car. But I'm getting that you guys are going to be getting good news. Like a certain type of like approval that you're not expecting. Oh my gosh, I forgot these. Okay, hold on, guys. What were these again? Okay, side note. As you guys are standing up for yourself, remember how I told you guys, remember how I told you guys that there were some people that have been hiding the fact that they are looking into you? This is what's unfolding because of the amount of digging that they've been doing. Let's talk about that. First of all, you guys could think they're really nice. They're not a bad guy. You're realizing that they actually do this. And you're like, oh, they're fake. They're fake the whole time. They are dealing with legal issues. Okay? They're dealing with legal issues because they don't be telling the truth. Whoever that is, they're like a pathological liar. I don't know. They definitely underestimated you. They underestimated your shine. And because certain people around you were going to cause you, they were either like siphoning money or they were going to cause bankruptcy. You guys have some people around you that are going to be going through this. Now, I don't wish that on anybody, but like when people are in scarcity and then they project that onto you and they make it like your problem when you've been nothing but kind. You guys are starting to see that 2 + 2 does not equal 4 with some of the people around you. They're like, oh, I got this, I got that, I got this. And you're like, I don't care. Like, I would still be your friend. But they're trying to be both sides of the coin. They're like, oh, I've got stuff. I'm doing good. But then they're like, I'm not doing good. I need help. You're like, bruh, which one is it? Which one is it? And we got no facts. You are figuring out that there were a couple of people that were lying to you about their finances, not that you care, making it your business, not that you care. Just, I don't know. It's going to make sense to you. You caught somebody, though, trying to dig into you, trying to dig into your resources, trying to dig into your life. And this person could act like they have money, act fancy, try to show off, but this is what it is. And this is because not only do they do this type of stuff to you, they do it to other people. Yeah. I got same-ish, different day. They might be losing a vehicle. And this is because they've been intimidated by you the whole time. And it's sad. Because you don't want this for anybody. But at the same time, you're going to be seeing like, oh, well, they would have been fine if that was happening to me. They would have been fine if that was if any of that had been happening to you. And so what you're realizing is some of the people that maybe you had considered helping are a hypocrite, are not giving you truths, are giving you lies. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I considered helping them when they're like not even happy for you doing a little bit good. None of these people that have to do with that specifically want you doing better than them. So justice is here, and this is what's happening because of that. Divorces, breakups, child support, alimony, car issues, repos, bankruptcy, audited, all kinds of stuff. And it's going to have you shook because however they were siphoning from you, they're getting it times 10. They're getting it times 10. Okay. You hear everything. And Marjorie Tyrell for my Game of Thrones fans. Okay, I said this in another video. Marjorie Tyrell She knew how to play people, and you guys don't want to play people. You don't want to be fake. You don't want to be having to be nice if you don't feel like being nice. Marjorie Tyrell, who did she have to marry, guys? Joffrey. Joffrey. Who wants to marry freaking Joffrey? Nobody. Okay? We're not judging Joffrey, but nobody wants to marry him. He's a jerk. And she just thought, oh, he likes being a whole tool. He likes being mean and torturing and taunting people. Let me make him feel strong, even though I know he's insecure. Even though I know he's insecure. So she's like, yeah, show me your weapons. Show me your bow and arrow. Yeah. That's how these people are. They have to be like that. You don't have to be like that. And that is a form of liberation that is untouched. You embody the unknown because you been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You don't have to operate from this place of, what is the word? You don't have to operate from this place of finessing. You don't have to finesse, marry for money, like you've been there, done that. This is not your first rodeo, and these people still have to do stuff like this. They still have to like be nice and cooperate with people that they do not want to cooperate with. So they feel like, well, if I got to conform to this way of life, you need to conform to this way of life. And whatever fisticuffs of life that you've ever been in, you are free. You are free. And people don't like that. They're a little upset. You hear everything. When I say hear everything, there are certain downloads that you guys are getting about like little inklings, little nuggets, little gems of people wanting to know things about you. You are hearing it correctly and you are protecting yourself. You are protecting yourself. Healing a family wound. I told you guys, there is a family wound. There was like a trauma from the past, whether it was, what is it called? There was a trauma that you guys were dealing from the past, whether it was like feeling like you were being bullied or pushed around. That is being healed. And that's why you guys aren't dealing with certain people or worrying about certain people, because you're like, you know, I'm healing that. And whether you used to care about other people's perceptions, you don't care anymore. So whether it was being pushed around, people trying to boss you around, people trying to make you feel bad for it, you're not carrying those burdens. And that's why you guys look the way that you do. You have greatness in your DNA. You are on your goat behavior. You're royal. Put your crown on. Okay? But you guys, these people are so, they want to know about you so bad. You guys, this is going to be one heck of a week where you see people so intrigued about what you got going on. They are losing their grip, trying to figure you out, especially strangers, especially people that like just see you in passing often. Oh, they're losing it. They're losing it. They're losing it. Like, you're just doing things for you. They can't understand it. They can't understand it. They're like, I gotta kiss this person's butt. I gotta turn cheeks. I gotta do all this stuff. How come they look so happy? Why? They're so mad. So mad. Today tried to follow you home. This is what I mean. These people want to run into you. They want to like rub shoulders like, oh, I was just getting the mail. What's going on with you? Like, they're like, they really want to know. So you guys just know you're not crazy. Some of you guys are even going to be tapping into new technology, getting new cameras, because some of them play too much. Be careful with, again, I don't want to fearmonger anybody. If you guys have animals and you know your neighbors suck, be careful letting them outside, okay? If you guys have children or animals and you know your neighbors are like just rude and they shoot off fireworks, or they shoot their mouth off, or they throw garbage in your yard, or it's that type of energy for some of them. And then others of them, like, that's why I meant you're dealing with it from all walks of life. You guys have people that are like high key. You have people that are like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to know that I'm trying to find out about them. But like, you're getting into new technology because you know what you know. You know what you know. Prophetically me, thank you. You are learning that it's time for change, time to learn something new, to use new technology, gadgets with your wisdom. You are getting other technology together, new technology with your wisdom. So you can just kind of be aware of your children, if you need to see your children in the backyard, or if you need to see your animals in the backyard, or maybe that's for if you need to have proof that whatever is going on, these people, they don't like that you are encrypted. They don't like that you protect yourself. Some of them think that they want smoke with you. They can't outsmart you. Know that. Okay. Know that. Like, I wish I could send them a memo. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a red button. Collective is the red button. Don't touch the red button. And you won't get fucked up. You feel me? There is a clear solution for certain things in your life. And magic is going to unfold because you're listening to the clear solution. I'm like, okay, this over here costs too much money. Can't do that anymore. Got to take a step back. This I need, a extension on. Like, you're seeing the solutions clearly and you're going with the flow. You're choosing not to freak out. You're not labeling yourself anymore. You're like, I don't need to label myself. I am who I am. I'm following my heart's desire. People want to label me, push me around, bully me. I got something for them, which is not one damn thing. Like, they want your oxygen. Literally, hold my Barbies, hold my oxygen, hold my little dog too, because I'll say a little prayer for you. People are crazy. Whoa. Oh. Last but not least, we have how is that for happily ever after? People trying to tell you how your story should go. That's not how the book goes. Who said this is not your book. This is not your book. Decepticon number 4. This is not your story. Hater number 8. Hater number 12. Hater in the back. These people don't know that there is a line. They're not smart. They're like, they think that they can just go to the front of the line. There is a line. It forms around, all the way around the block. You have to take a number. You got to wait your turn. And even when you get to your turn, it goes into a dumpster fire. It goes into a trash can. Control, Alt, Delete. Wasting your time. They don't even see it. I literally can't. You guys also have some people from the past that think they're disguising themselves. They're like, do you think that they'll know that I'm X number 4? I just want to kind of like look at them and like see how they're doing. We see you. I can't. Affirm it below. I am the phoenix rising. This is my crown. This is my feast. This is my happily ever after. They all want smoke with the wrong one. Okay? So enjoy living your best life. Enjoy being authentically you. Enjoy your voice being amplified. Enjoy the justice being served. And the fact that you are being vindicated like never before. Like, that's something you're really going to be seeing a big theme of. Like, oh, wow, I'm being vindicated. They don't like me. Oh, they are talking crap about me. I will be vindicated. I'm being vindicated. Like, you're just going to be shook. Okay? You're just going to be shook. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation. You guys can turn it into a question for an ask-formation. Don't forget to smash the you know what. Hit the bell. Duh. You guys do not want to miss out on being able to participate in future live streams. And look what's at the bottom of the deck. Look. I can't. I went over this in Patreon. I got this as a message in Patreon. And we also have justice right here. But these people think that they can catch up to you like you're going to take everything in the closet, not realizing that you will just leave with that sword. See how there's just a sword in there? You will literally leave with just that sword because that is your truth. You're like, I don't need nothing out of that closet. I'll leave with the clothes on my back and the sword in the closet. Winter is coming. Justice is here. You feel me? They're like, I'm going to rearrange their whole life. I'm going to catch up to them because they're going to have to get all that stuff out of their closet. This is like trying to leave a toxic relationship and then thinking like they'll never really leave because like they'll have to pack all their things. No, no, no. I've been there. I'm like, I'm just leaving with the keys and my truth. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right, guys, let me know what's going on in the comments. I love talking to you guys there. I feel like that's how we all get to know each other. Let's talk about House of Dragons and what you guys thought about last night's episode. That will be the spiritual assignment when the live stream ends. I look forward to speaking to you guys. You guys are my besties. And I think that's it. I hope you guys had fun. And yeah, there are lots of uploads, lots of goodies that have been posted. So you guys check your library. Okay, there is a playlist. And yeah, all important links are in the description box if you guys are looking for something more personal and tailored for you, ad-free. And thank you guys for all of your beautiful comments, all your love, all your support, all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. And yeah, bye guys. Bye Blurred Girl. Bye Hillary. Bye Alexis, Dante, Kirk, Randon, Jacob, Jeremy, Socially, Virginia. I don't know if Savage Queen is still in here, but bye guys. You guys were my mods. Virginia, Randon, and Savage Queen, thank you guys for always being here and for always sharing support. Hi, Rich Beef. Play, thank you. Bye, Kyrie. You guys are the best. Hi, bye, Monique. You're so cute, it kills me. Thank you, guys. Sorry for the interruptions. Hopefully the sound is okay. Hopefully the mic is not too loud, so not like everything's echoing. But thank you guys for your patience, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.